watching BCTV, Branford's community access station.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another Round the Town of Branford with Henry and Frank. I'm Frank Toohill. We're here at Parker Park, right at the beach, with our Parks and Recreation Director, Al Palluzzi Jr. And Alex is going to bring us up to date and tell us about all the great new features that have been added, the improvements down here at Parker Park. Great to see you again, sir.
Great to see you, Frank. I first want to say a lot of these improvements were obviously a budget we developed over a year ago. And again, obviously, we had to go through the process with the administration, obviously the backing of the first selectman, Jamie Cosgrove, finance director Jim Finch and his staff. And what we're really excited about was that we really, of all years that we needed to really make some good improvements here, was, the COVID-19 year where we didn't know what it was going to look like. And here we are, almost at August 1st, halfway through the summer, and things have really been improved down here. Went through the proper channels, the Board of Finance, also the RTM. Thank you, Frank, too, for your support.
You're welcome.
And basically, they kind of used, if you remember, we kind of, Branford's really a big, especially in Jamie's administration, that there was a lot of projects on the shelf that, have been funded and that we've taken care of our liabilities. And, I don't have to tell you the rest about Jim Finch and, his leadership with his department, and a great team work by both the first selectman and finance director, and we're able to get some projects done. So this project was really out of last year's fiscal year project to get a lot of this work done. And one of the things that we did improve was the parking lot here, which actually we probably can park about 150 cars and then some in this area. But we had when we first started out on Labor Day, Frank, we kept it down to like 50% parking like the state parks did. And we were trying to feel our way out. We wanted to make sure we had social distancing on the beach, which we'll show a little bit later. And we had to conform to that. So it was a good time at that point to try to get some of this work done. And also, you'll see in the back, you'll actually see Ace Trailer here, our good friend Dennis Malavasi. We're getting ready for a race for Chase, which we run with the YMCA and the Parks and Rec. They utilize our facilities. And in the back is our bocce court. Unfortunately, our seniors utilize that here, but at this point, it's more or less a high-risk sport due to the handling of the balls, and more or less those guys like to hang out together, sit on the benches, and we redid that. We redid the whole bocce court. It's a brand new bocce court. It's the same bocce court, but we redid everything on that, so it's ready to go. It's lined, and they're raring to get on there. But as you can see, I don't know if Henry can pan out, but the whole Parker Park Drive access road,
yep,
all the way through,
yep,
is completely done, and actually even come in the parking lot. So one thing that we're still waiting to finish up with is with some signage, but we also have safety bumps coming into the park in a couple of different areas, new crosswalk. We redid the playground sand in the playground up there, and now those are open with risk. We had them closed for most of the year. We reopened the playgrounds and the swings in all our parks through town, and we have a couple signs in each park letting people know about the risk because of the touch points in the park. So again, yep, they are open at this point, and but high-risk sports at this point are not.
Well, Alex, this is very impressive to see all the improvements, all the upgrades that have happened down here. At the time that the town of Branford was given Foot Park, right by the Foot Trust, it was the same thing that you and the rec department and the town, the administration, is the same thing you did there, right? You went through that place from top to bottom. You started with the tennis courts, the ball fields, the trails. Everything was upgraded. So it seems like you're doing that down here this year.
Yes, and we're focusing on certain areas, so we put a lot down into here. We've talked to the neighbors in the area, which we always do.
That's great.
We also repainted that in the last year. We repainted the bathhouses to make them more blend into the park. It used to be a bright yellow. Now it's a light brown. It's kind of a sandy color. Going all the way back to the spring season, we have security guards down here. I've got a great staff of security guards that are out of the police department, but they work for us during the summer, and they're also helping out a ton also. I staff these guards down here from 10 o'clock in the morning to 10 at night, 12 hours a day, every single day until Labor Day. We have a great staff led by Victor Amatori and Dale and Andrea and also Lisa Ressman and Kathleen Griffin-Daly, who are some of our senior lifeguards. This other gentleman that was out here, Rob McCarty. We have a real older staff, but a real younger staff, and they're really working well together. And not only do they have to be trained for COVID-19, Lisa Rassak, who trains lifeguards in the area, works for us, trains our lifeguards, does in-service training as we speak, at night times down at the hospice pool. Our staff was swimming out in the water every day training, so they're doing that on volunteer time, our lifeguards. So that's something to say. We have really good, strong swimmers and lifeguards, and the whole option is that to keep people safe down here.
That's great. And we're speaking with Al Palluzzi Jr., the Branford Parks and Recreation Director. He's telling us about the improvements, the upgrades that have been made this year to Parker Park down here at Branford Point. Okay, we're right here at the beach now, and Al Palluzzi Jr., Branford Parks and Recreation Director, will be rejoining us momentarily. I'm speaking with two of the lifeguards down here at Branford Point. I'm speaking with Christy Latella. Hello, Christy.
Hi.
And also with Matt Daly. Hello, Matt.
Hey.
All right, Christy, let me start with you. So, I mean, the crowds, how have the crowds been here the last 2 months?
It hasn't been as bad right now just because they've been limiting the parking lot, which has really been helping us as the lifeguards. But there's been a lot of people coming in from the docks, and that's been really, really hard on us. Yeah.
Because you mean there's only so much space, right? That you can lay on the beach. So if people come in, it gets too crowded.
Yeah, there's a lot of out-of-town people coming right now just because not a lot of beaches are open. So it's definitely making our job a little harder.
Well, I can see what you mean. You just have to do the best you can, right?
Yeah, that's what we're trying.
That's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I just wanted to ask you about your training. Now, you have training every day, right, because of COVID? Is that right, Matt?
Yeah, we've been swimming every morning at hospice pool. We've been swimming, keeping our training up, yeah.
That's great. That's good to hear. And boy, that's a really nice sandy beach.
Yeah, it's really nice. Not many rocks. Hasn't been too bad.
How's the water temperature?
Last time I checked it was like 78, especially down by the river, but once you get out it like drops to like 75.
That's like perfect, right?
Yeah, it's really good. We've had a lot of jellyfish though.
You have, really?
Things, yeah.
Oh.
But it hasn't been too bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much both for speaking with us. These are two of the lifeguards down here at Branford Point. I've been speaking with Matt Daly. Thanks again, Matt.
Thank you.
And also with Christy Latella. Christy, thank you too.
Thank you.
Okay, Around the Town of Branford with Henry and Frank continues. We're with Alex Palluzzi Jr., Branford's Parks and Recreation Director. And Alex, this is what? This is the crown jewel of all of your parks, especially this time of year. Everybody wants to be here.
I would say at this time of year, yes, definitely, Frank. Branford Point is just obviously, where we hold our annual fireworks, which you've been here for them before. They're absolutely phenomenal, and I think it's because it's set in a cove, but I think coming out of just off of Foot Park, the Branford River, the Branford Harbor, and Branford, and getting out to Long Island Sound, hospice is off to our right, where we actually run a pool out there, and people watch the fireworks from here. There's nothing like it, and I think they're the best, not only in the shoreline, but in the state. Looking off to the point over there, if Henry can get it, I want to give credit where credit is due. You'll see a bunch of benches and a new garden there with a tree. That is compliments of the Branford Public Works Department, Gary Zielinski's vision and help, and he did a beautiful job there to really accentuate the Branford 350th monument, which that's going to be one of our next projects. We are putting another bench or so up there. We're going to kind of redo the landscape there, which was done, back many years ago, 25 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And back in 1985, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep,
and
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
so
No, that's spectacular.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at all the benches over the grass
Yeah.
that was planted.
So what he did is he had his guys, actually, a guy by the name of Eddie Fay, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but he redid all the benches, and they're all memorial benches to residents in town. I know Kathy Hines Pallai, or Kathy Pallai Hines, I call her. Her parents, her dad's bench, bench is over there.
He was a great guy.
Yeah,
At the store.
He was the best. All I remember him is walking. He got me to walk, believe it or not, because him and his partner used to walk all the way from Pallai's store at lunch back down to the town pharmacy there. You know, so they were great friends, and just a great area.
So on Thursday evenings, even though there's no jazz this season due to coronavirus, I mean Thursdays are still on. There's still activities Thursday night on the green.
Unfortunately, the last 2 weeks, because of the weather, we were canceled.
That's great. That's great.
Right. And next week, he's on vacation, but what we're going to do is we're going to push that into August and hopefully into September, because the kids aren't going back to school, if they're going back, I think, until after September 7th. So, because Labor Day falls on September 7th. Frank, I know that because I'll be 62 then, buddy. Social Security time, but I don't know if I can take it yet, you know.
If you can wait till your full Social Security at 66.
Yeah.
But take it then, because if you wait too long, there's a chance that you might not. You
might not be here,
get
Frank.
It all. You might not get it all right.
Yeah. So
right.
But anyways, that's a good news. So that's why the date sticks out to me. And they, Chris Lemieux and they helped last night with Name That Tune. We were dancing. All of us, our staff and the parents, got outside their cars, social distance. And everyone heard the music, that the neighbors came walking down to join in. It was amazing. So
okay, so that's Thursday nights on the green. Even though jazz is off this season, there's still stuff to do.
And down on the beach, every holiday, July 4th, going back to Father's Day weekend, going to Memorial Day weekend, and we have one coming up again this month, also on one of the Sundays. We haven't picked it yet, that we're gonna have music down here by Dennis Nardella on the green. We had people dancing on the beach and everything. 6 foot distancing, of course, social distancing.
Yeah.
And then our last one will be Labor Day weekend. We haven't picked out the exact day, but we'll be here again with music. So we've done that through our department, and also through the First Selectman's office.
Yeah.
Jamie was very supportive of that. Wanted us to provide that, which we did, obviously safely.
Yeah.
And then also we're providing that in lieu of and through the Branford Jazz Series. So we've made dollars over the years. We've had it for 11 years, and we've done very well. And we're thankful to all the sponsors that have made this happen. That we know we'll be back next year, and we apologize for this year, but and a lot of them just said push their money to next year, and of course, if they wanted it back, we gave it back to them, because some businesses are in need right now. So,
that's true.
So hopefully they'll be back in another year, and we can bring back we're crossing our fingers that next year we can bring back our jazz series, because I think hopefully at that time, as unrealistic as it might be right now, I think we're closer to a cure than maybe everyone doing what they're supposed to do. And if everyone could just do that, I just think, my personal feelings, I think we might have opened a little bit too early. That's just my personal feeling. But again, everybody wants to get back to school. Everybody wants to get back to playing sports, and we want them to. So,
absolutely.
But we want to do it at safety is number one, and it has to be.
Yeah.
And
I just want to ask you, Alex. So for all the townspeople that want to keep abreast of all the activities, which you're doing despite coronavirus, I mean, which place should they go to get a calendar? How about the website?
If you just go to our website, if you just go to
what's that, sir?
If you go to Branford, if you go to the town website, it'll bring you to that. It'll bring you to our website.
And also, if people have questions, what's the phone number for the
Town of Branford? You just look up Town of Branford and go to the website, and then you'll go to our link, Parks and Recreation.
Okay.
And the phone number?
The phone number.
203-488-8304.
488-8304.
Yeah, our office hours are 8:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. Someone will be there to answer your call. So
I mean, they're just doing such a great job, because I'm sure that there's other towns, right, where they said, because of the coronavirus, that's all. I mean, we can't do anything this whole year. We're just not going to do anything. But as you've heard from Alex,
and I want to be honest, there are a few that are doing more than us, but they're not sure of it either, because they know that the more the numbers are out there, the more chance there are. And what we're seeing is that the younger, which we didn't see in February, March, April, or even May, but in June and July, the uptick of the 10 to 19-year-olds, and then also the 21 to 30-year-olds. If you look at the positive cases just in our area in Branford and in Connecticut, and if you look just in East Haven, North Branford, those numbers are going up slowly, but they're going up, and that's because the more we
testing, it's more testing.
You know, think about it. May 20th, there was 4 states that were open. Now they're up to 41 states that the cases have rise out of what, 50? One in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
So I mean that, you know, so that's kind of where we stand. So I think, but I feel, you know, Pfizer is I think Pfizer or Connecticut could be the leader in getting this vaccine, but we'll see. But I feel confident that it seems like they're really working so hard, our healthcare system, on to get that. And I think once we can get that, it'll be like anything else that we have. Our restrooms are open. I was saying our lifeguards are on duty 7 days a week, weather permitting, but they haven't had a day off all summer, believe it or not. 10:30 to 4:30, we have lifeguards on duty for the safety of the public. You see 3 of them now. We used to have 2, but we have 3, so that it's been a hot summer. We rotate in. So we rotate every half hour with our lifeguards. They go to a different stand. They go on the beach, and we want to keep people as safe as they can. But the water's in, you know,
warm.
in the 70s,
Yeah,
which is
beautiful.
you know, it's
Perfect this year.
Hospice pool's 86. I know that. I was in it the other day.
Were you?
And here is, I was in an aqua class, and here is it's in the low 70s to mid 70s. It's the warmest I've ever seen Long Island Sound in a long time.
Speaking of hospice pool, Alex, what's the story on that?
Yeah, Frank, before I hit on that, I just want to talk about the restrooms.
Let's talk.
We also have an attendant, one of our attendants, and, you know, because we weren't able to have our playgrounds fully and all that, we wanted to keep some of our employees employed as best we can. So they are giving out these masks. If you go use our restrooms, one at a time, into the men and women's handicap access also, but you're required to wear a mask. And then when you come out of it, we let you keep it. So if you don't have a mask on the beach, you get one to keep. But
that's cool.
Yeah, so we just do that. So our staff said we monitor that. So that's another thing that we provided also. Do this. And getting to hospice pool, we opened July 1st, Frank. The temperature is 86 degrees. I was in an aqua conditioning class just the other day. I was the only male. Boy, I'm still sore from it the other day, but you know, I walk the track and I'll bike once in a while. It's been really hot, so it's hard to do any of my biking, but I definitely do walk the track. The high school track is back open. In the meantime, I was just finding other places to go to do our walking, and then there's plenty of beautiful parks that people are doing it, whether it's at Foot Park, the Supply Pioneer. There's so many places to walk in Branford. So we've seen a big uptick of that at Foot Park. But down there at Hospice Pool, same situation. We only allow about 25 people in the pool area at one time. We have 9 designated areas for families to 6-foot space. They're all taped out.
Nice.
One way in, one way out. We have a monitor also there, monitoring people, and you can only sign up for an hour and a half at the pool. We're not utilizing chairs. You have to bring your towel or your own chair. And the reason we're doing that is, again, all because of COVID-19. The chlorine level is a little bit higher than normal because we know that kills it right off. So we're doing a good job, and everyone has to remain there. The seniors are swimming every day in the morning. We've cut our hours back. We're trying to expand them a little bit, but we're open pretty much every day for some type of swimming. Friday's the day that we do maintenance on, and you know, to wash down the restrooms, and also we have one outside shower that they can just take a quick rinse. But then also, other than that, they're not able to use the showers inside or the locker rooms. They are able to use the restrooms, but one at a time, social distancing, mask on. Same with our lifeguards, and we have 3 lifeguards down there also monitoring that. And even when they're doing their laps, we can only have a few in at a time. So it's working very well out. So we've been a month through it, and and the pool's absolutely, you can see it's 12 feet to the bottom, clear as a whistle.
Crystal clear,
because we kept it up. But it's really, really thankful to Pina and Aclario, and also the Poolscape, who got that pool going. And also leadership of Joe Mooney and Eileen down at Hospice, who made this work. They wanted to open it to the public safely and as best we can, and we'll be there right till September 7th, weather permitting right now, Frank.
That's great. You know, all these wonderful things that this great recreation department in Branford does.
And aqua conditioning is we have 3 sessions, so we're starting the next session Monday, Wednesday nights, and then also Saturday morning. So we've expanded that.
What's the phone number again, please?
203-488-8304. Just go online. If you call someone, they can sign you right up there. You can also sign up 24 hours a day onto our system. But it's best if we are sold out of pool passes at this point. But you know, unfortunately at this point, because of the numbers, if something changes, we have opened up more spots. We will, but we have to do it thinking of everyone's safety. So knock on wood.
And also, there's always
everything
next
good.
year.
Always next year, yes.
Yeah. So it's just this fantastic department from the. Oh, Alex, how about the drive-in movies? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the drive-in movies, I tell you, it's actually, I'm going to give due. It was Jamie. It was Henry's idea, is what he's telling me. So
Really?
Yeah, right, Henry. He did mention that. I do remember he mentioned it to us, but I know we kind of were thinking about that, and Andrea kind of researched it, who works for us.
Yeah.
She does our summer playground program, and I give her, I give Andrea a lot of credit. She went out and funded. We actually were able to fund the first one, and actually we didn't lose any money on it because it's relatively expensive to bring it in. Thanks to Joe Carbone.
Yep.
And the school system for allowing us to use the parking lot up at the high school where the old tennis courts were. I think it's parking lot C, they call it now.
Yeah.
And we sold it out, about 80 cars, and I'm sure we're gonna sell it this next one, April 19th. We're gonna show the Goonies.
Okay, August 19th, the Goonies. It's in the parking lot, the western parking lot.
Yeah, it's $15. You also get yourself a Snickers bar, M&Ms, popcorn, and a water.
You have to purchase tickets in advance, or do you just show it?
Yeah. You have to put, because it'll be sold out. You have to, we put 100 cars in. We put 200 cars if we could. Again, social distancing, 6 feet apart, and the kids and people really loved it. So we did it then, and we're going to do it one more time. So we're trying to do more family gatherings of programs that we can do it safely. So and we hope to do some more in the fall, but time will tell. But we're getting itchy now. I met with the first selectman yesterday, just to we're just trying to do as much as we possibly can at a safe area, and it's really challenging for everyone. It's not just us; it's every department. We're having those same challenges, but we're looking forward to the future and getting back into that new beautiful community center, which
it's true.
March 13th we had to get out of there, but we had our Kinney tournament and our Bradley tournament for the girls and boys, and we were in our 6th week and our last final 3 days in our last division and all that, and we couldn't finish. That's when it came out. That's when the kids went out of school. It was the March 13th, Friday the 13th. I said,
yes.
What a Friday the 13th. But all in all, it's good, and it took us a while to get going, like everyone else. We really had to think outside the box, and there's no one. I'm telling you, there's no one around that has a better staff. And I'm talking about my staff that thinks out of the box, and I'm really kudos to them.
Well, you're the best director too.
Well, I don't know about that.
That's true.
They're all gonna. They all. I just like to direct and lead in that direction. I hope
you're doing a fantastic job.
And we have, and you just got to be able to do the work, and that's, I'll never get it out of my system to pick up trash, and I know I have other staff that does it, but there's something that I won't do. That's how I learned. I learned from the way up, and Joe always told us to be creative and innovative, and in special times, and that's how I got my job with him and stuff. We thought out of the box at the time back there. I was trained to do that.
He trained you well,
but I didn't have to train my staff. They just do it now. Dale was amazing coming in, and all of them. Yeah. Victor, Andrew, they're do so many different things. I'm not giving them enough credit, but their heart's in here. When you're from this hometown, I call it 06405, big difference. When you work, it's tough when you work in your hometown. Anybody will tell you that, but the benefits outweigh the negatives, and the support of the community is great, and we try to make everyone happy. Sometimes we can't do it 100%. We'll do our darnest to try to rectify it for everyone, and that's what one thing I instilled in my staff when I first came was that, and they're doing a great job. And again, a supportive board of who's always pushing us to do more. That's what you need. So we have pushes from all ends, and now they're pushing me. The town engineer and public works are pushing me to. We put fish in the lake. That was another Gary Zielinski idea, to put fish into that lake down there, because when he was a kid, he used to go fishing down there, and a lot of kids did. So
which lake?
That was great.
Which lake, sir?
I'm sorry. The pond, Chet's Pond.
Oh, Chet's Pond on the.
Yeah, we did that earlier. That was one of the first things we did through this COVID-19, which was, Gary's vision and idea to Jamie, and they've done a great job down there too.
Oh.
And
on the 77 acres, there's that pond which with the Greenway Trail goes by.
Yeah, we stocked it with fish earlier. Our department did, and so we had to go through all the. We had to go get all we had to go through the state, the permits, and everything that we actually needed for that.
Cool.
Now we're actually moving right now, and you probably don't know this. We're involved with Young's Pond, Jeff Holtz and their board down there, actually working with, and I want to mention this, Charlie Sheldon, who lives down off of
Blackstone.
Blackstone.
Yeah.
I forgot these. I don't want to give the address, but Blackstone Avenue. But his house looks onto that beautiful pond there, which is part of the whole water course in Young's Pond.
The Mirror Lake.
Mirror Lake.
Yeah.
And do you know that? I don't want to say the number. He'd probably be embarrassed. But let me tell you one thing. He made a significant contribution. He's done it for years. I didn't realize that. And we just have to. We're treating it actually. All the treatments are coming in today. UPS overnight. We had to research it. We had to wait for our state permit. It was a long process. Now we're good for 3 years because all the algae has grown in there and stuff.
I see.
And we have a big plan for all the ponds in Branford. We're going to be looking at that too. I'm working along with inland wetlands. But the big thing is I want to say Charlie Shelton, he probably didn't want me to say this, but I'm sorry. It's a very big contribution that he makes, and he donates the dollars for that pond, all the treatment to the town.
Wow.
And I never knew that until I found out like last year, when we took it over. So thank you, Charlie.
That's a very nice thing to do.
That's what I'm saying. He serves our Board of Finance, but to step up like that, to help us out, it's just wonderful.
It's impressive, yeah.
Yeah, so that we should be treating that pretty soon. We're worried again about the storm coming in, but we'll get there. We made a lot of improvements down at Young's Pond, and into the grass area for the kids to play lacrosse because the middle school is shut down at this point. That project hopefully be another year will be done. Everybody will be back in school and we'll be back to normal. We were hoping that's my.
That's your next park. That's your next park to spruce up.
Yeah, no. But anyways, and we're also doing some lighting projects in town. We're doing one up at Foot Park right now. And we're working with our new officer in this department. I forgot her exact title.
Sustainability.
Yes, and there's something else, but sustainability. Diane McCarthy Berkery. I said it right, Diane. I know I did it. So Diana, she's doing a great job, and she's working with the Board of Education, Joe Carbone, and myself, replacing the lights at the high school and also here at at Vets Park. So we're going to do all those. So we're actually, we have the RFP. I think we have to go maybe in front of planning and zoning. I'm not sure yet. We're working on that, but we got the RFP out. We're going to be working in that direction to get all those lights up to code and also to reduce our footprint. So
that's terrific. Just wonderful. Okay, Alex. Well, all these activities is just unbelievable, and it's the COVID year as well on top of it. But it can't stop the Branford Parks and Recreation Department, though. It's still going full steam.
Frank, also too. That's one of our initiatives too that Jamie and I brought here to the town on the sun to see over here.
Yes.
To show the safety of it's 10 minutes right now. You can without
I see that.
Even though the sun's out, the rays are coming through, so that lets people know how long you can stay, and it goes all the way up to whatever 45 minutes.
I see. So that's like a timer.
No, not a timer. That tells you how much time you have. You can stay in the sun without putting on any sunblock and stuff.
Cool.
It's protecting you from the sun rays. So this is the second year we've had it here. And also Frank's looking off to our bathhouse, which they repainted.
Yeah, it looks nice.
And we did last year, and then off to everyone's. A lot of people picnicking this year and stuff up to the beautiful flagpole and looking out to the beautiful Branford Point and Branford Harbor.
It's true. It's right. There's no place like it.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you're in the area, come down. If you don't have a sticker, if you're a Branford resident, get one. There is parking at the end, which they don't check, right, for stickers?
No, the police monitor it.
Oh, they do even that down there too, yeah.
No, well, what they're monitoring is not stickers. What they're monitoring there is to make sure that no one's parking illegally.
I see.
There's only about a dozen spots down there, and some handicap parking, so they have to be sure of that. So.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you so much for bringing us up to date and showing us and sharing with us all the fantastic improvements down here and telling us about all the activities that's going on. It's just...
Sure, Frank. It's always a pleasure. And Henry, thank you for giving us that little head start on the movie. Yeah. Thank you for your vision. It
worked out great, Henry.
I guess you're part of the team of Cosgrove, Zielinski, and Pond. So, and that's great. That's fine. That's the more the merrier.
That's true.
So...
Okay, well, thanks again, Alex, okay? Thanks for everything.
You're welcome, Frank.
Great to be with you. Alex Palluzzi,
Thanks,
Jr.
Henry. Thank you, buddy.
Alex Palluzzi, Jr., Branford Parks and Recreation Director. And you've been watching Around the Town of Branford with Henry, Frank, and Alex. And until next time, goodbye.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.